Hey folks, how's it going? Quickly, I'd just like to apologize about my last video, my astrophotography video. I was trying a new program for recording and making videos, and it didn't work so good with my microphone setup. So I'm going to try something else different next time. Also, about my previous live stream I did last night, I had some problems with OBS, which I didn't realize that it had took off my microphone and soundboard off all the different scenes. I put it on two of them. I didn't realize that one of them, it wasn't on there. So I do apologize. So that's why you can't hear me talking when I have the YouTube video up and I'm commentating down below. You can't hear me. It's because I've OBS, there's a bit of a fault in that and I just didn't realize it. So I do apologize, and I have rectified it for next time. Okay, on to this video. Now, in this video here, I've been actually contacted by, I think, somebody who associates with Mikey Smith. I'll put up his comment, and then I'll show you something else to do with Mikey Smith. So they've invited me to come into one of their live streams at some point, don't know when, and talk to them about astrophotography, and apparently Mikey's going to be there. Now, I did actually put a challenge out saying that he needs to show me images of like maybe some planets or some stars that at least are just as good, if not better, than what I've shown, what I've done with my my telescope and my planetary camera. Now, looking at recent stuff that Mikey Smith has put up, he has P1000 and also has his binoculars. So he puts his smartphone on. Yeah, Mikey Smith's failing on that right now. The best one I've seen was his P1000, where he looked at Venus, and you can actually see Venus like the crescent shape. We also did Venus with his binoculars and smartphone, and it just looks like this a blurry freaking mess of light. You can't even see the crescent shape. Both of them, though, are subpar compared to what I put up. Now, my thing was to say, if his setup is better than the telescope, and he thinks that his pair of binoculars are better than every telescope out there, he needs to prove it. And I mean prove it by at least show me just as good, if not better, than the images I can get. Now, I've only been doing astrophotography about a year, so I'm pretty much an amateur. And Mikey Smith, if his stuff is so superior and how long he's been doing this, he should be able to dog walk me and show fantastic images if he's done the research. But so far, he's failing on that big time. So I've agreed to come into the live if I'm able to. My life doesn't revolve around the shape of the Earth. I have a wife, I have kids, I have jobs, I have different things I have to do, and I do this as a little side thing to entertain myself when I'm bored. So on to this video here. I'm going to compare Mikey Smith's Sirius image that he's put out there, the one that's like long and has like the little things. It's all like different colors and it looks very pretty. And then I'm going to do an image that I did of Sirius last year. Yeah, it'd be last year. And I was still getting used to even using my equipment, and my computer, I had a pretty old laptop. That's why it's quite choppy. I put the video up several weeks ago. It's only a short one. I took a screenshot of that, and then I took a shot of Mikey's, and then I ran it through AI to see what AI thinks. So I thought, well, let's see what AI thinks of this. Now, first, AI didn't even know what the heck Mikey Smith's image was. It was saying that it's not a star at all, and most likely it's an LED light, maybe off of a drone or off of just some light, or maybe a balloon with some lights in it. It didn't know, but I kind of said to it, look, no, this is claiming to be Sirius, and this person said that this is definitely the star Sirius. So eventually AI kind of went with it, and then it gave its breakdown. Now it compared his to mine, and I did through I did Gemini, and it also ran it through the the app X, which used to be Twitter, and they have their AI called Gronk. So I ran through a couple different ones to see what they would say, and they pretty much just said what I thought it would say, which is Mikey Smith is it's got a lot of aberration. It's poor optics. It's obviously not done very well using this as a cell phone and using a pair of binoculars is not nearly as high quality as using a planetary camera and a telescope. Even my telescope's even that new. I bought it used for like £50, and it still kicks the crap out of Mikey Smith stuff. So let's have a little look, and we'll see the comment as well as the images and what AI had to say. It was Flat Earth Reconnaissance. That was his name. So this is my image of Sirius with a telescope and a planetary camera. And this is Mikey Smith with his binoculars and his smartphone.
Okay, this is interesting. The image is quite different from the first one. It shows a lot of color dispersion, which is common when looking at bright objects through less sophisticated optics like binoculars and a smartphone camera. Here's what I observe and what it likely means. Color dispersion. The prominent rainbow effect, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, is called chromatic aberration. This happens when different wavelengths of light are refracted, bent, differently by the lens, causing them to focus at slightly different points. Binoculars and smartphone cameras often have simpler lenses that are more prone to this issue, blurriness. The image is quite blurry and lacks sharp detail. This is expected when using binoculars handheld and a smartphone camera to capture a distant point source like a star. Even slight movements will cause blurring. Brightness. Sirius is a very bright star, so it's expected to appear as a bright, overexposed blob in this type of image. Possible lens flare. There might be some lens flare present, which is caused by internal reflections within the lens system. Comparison to the telescope image. The telescope image showed a more focused, white, or slightly bluish, point of light. This is because telescopes generally have better optics designed to minimize chromatic aberration and provide sharper images. In summary, this image likely does show Sirius, but the significant chromatic aberration and blurriness are due to the limitations of using binoculars and a smartphone camera. It's a good illustration of how optics affect the quality of astronomical observations. Would you like to discuss anything else about this image, or the differences between the two images? Okay, I see. It looks like you captured a photo of the star Sirius through your telescope. That's really cool. It appears to be a pretty clear shot, and you can see Sirius's bright white color. You mentioned using a camera called the SV205. Is that right? Okay, so it's a planetary camera. These cameras are really good at capturing lots of detail, so hopefully you got some good shots of Sirius. Do you want to talk about what you learned from this observation?
So this next one here is Gronk, which is what the app X uses, used to be called Twitter. And it pretty much says the same thing as the first one, that Mikey Smith's image is got a lot of chromatic aberration in it, as well as it's quite blurred, like shakiness and stuff. And it could just be the fact of a little shakiness in his mount, or if he had handheld, don't quite know. And also it is down to probably the fact of his low quality optics, lenses and stuff like that is causing the aberration. All he has is just a pair of binoculars. They're not the greatest. They're not meant for close-up astrophotography. And even as I showed in my live stream, Mikey Smith's Celestron 20 by 80 binoculars has a over 3 degrees field of vision. My telescope has a 0.9 degrees. So it's like 1/3 of the point of view. It's a much more focused, smaller field of view, which goes against everything Mikey Smith actually had told MC Toon. And it says, as well as his binoculars have a 20 times zoom, and that's just say even if he uses his camera, I don't know what smartphone he has. I don't even think this is as good as my S20 Ultra, which has 100 times zoom on it. So let's just say he's got 30 times zoom. So he's got maybe 50 times zoom maximum, and that includes like his full like optical and digital zoom on his phone, as well as his binoculars. Well, my telescope's got 307 times maximum zoom, and my SVBoney SV205 uses a lot of that. So I'm getting a much tighter, better tighter field of vision a lot more focused, and I have a lot more focus I can go into, as well as I have a highly superior optics and sensor that's designed specifically for shooting celestial objects in the night sky. Unlike a smartphone, which is sensor is going to be mainly designed and focused for just taking random shots of people and maybe some pictures of the countryside, and that's it. They're not meant for for nighttime sky stuff. Now my S24 Ultra has a astrophotography setting in which I set it and it'll sit there and it takes a whole bunch of shots over like the span of maybe 2 minutes, then stacks them together, and that's how I can get some pretty good shots in the night sky. Like I have pictures I've took of the Milky Way and stuff like that, but that's a setting in the phone which is using its some of its program and some of its AI and its software to be able to do that. But even then, I'll still get better shots and much more tighter shots with my camera and my astrophotography camera, and my telescope. So more than welcome to read all this if you like. I've tried to scroll it slowly, pause it, and let me know what you think. But yeah, definitely what Mikey Smith has at the best is a very, very poor quality image of Sirius with some very poor quality low-end optics and a shakiness as well. And it's a very subpar image of a celestial object of a star, if that's what it is at all. Still no proof that's actually what he took of. He hasn't shown anything of it. Mine is put in any AI, it automatically detects it as being Sirius. It knows exactly what it's supposed to look like, and you can look at all the images that people have taken online and compare it. Mine matches straight up to it and what it should look like, or other people have got the same sort of thing. Mikey Smith, it doesn't come up with anything. Nobody else is getting that because it's not a good shot. It's a very poor quality, subpar shot. Anybody in astrophotography would know that his image is a garbage shot, and they would automatically throw it away and fix whatever needs fixing, being that, the optics are poor, the exposure's too long, or whatever. Thanks for watching, and yeah, there you go. So there you are, folks. That kind of, I just ran through a little bit of an analysis through using some AI software. It's all stuff I already know and I've been saying for quite a few times. Anytime I comment in any Mikey Smith's lives, if he goes live, if I go on there and even just, I don't even see anything horrible, but I do try to just give some, a bit of gentle feedback and suggestions. Then somebody, either Mikey or one of his moderators, they mute me and delete all my messages. And that's mainly down to the fact that they don't want the truth. They are not interested in seeing or hearing the truth and what the actual facts are. All they want to do is clutch to their delusional, indoctrinated cult ideologies and somehow pander to Mikey Smith, making him think that he's right. Fortunately, he's not. Now, there are several people that have gone on there that willing to and want to help Mikey. If he's interested in astrophotography, by all means, he's more than welcome to. If he's got an interest in it, then, awesome, great. But he needs to learn how to do it properly to get some really high quality images and feel really good. Because some lovely things. I've gotten some awesome shots of like some of the planets like Jupiter, Saturn, Mars. I even got Uranus. I'll be putting up I can find it on my computer. I'm pretty sure it's on there. If that was in the video, but I'm hoping to get it again here pretty soon. I'm going to try getting some nice clear nights. So I have to get up a bit earlier because it kind of sets over the horizon rather quick. But yeah, we'll try. And I wouldn't mind getting Venus, and I noticed Venus and Mercury are quite close together. So hopefully I can get that. I haven't got Mercury yet, so that'd be pretty cool if I can get that. But I might have to go somewhere where I have a bit more area to see, because I live in a city, built up area, and so I don't get as far down the horizon as I like, but fingers crossed. I get there. But yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow me for more videos. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel, please. Comment down below. If you have any critiques and stuff, let me know. And once again, I do apologize for my last video and the audio in that. I'm going to start that out, as well as my live stream, which I'll make sure that my microphone is hooked up to OBS properly and in all the scenes. But you know what? You live, you learn. Every day is a school day. Don't forget, the Earth is not flat. It is observably, provably, measurably, and demonstrably a globe orbiting around our sun in our solar system on an arm of the Milky Way galaxy. We've seen this, proven it, measured it, and tested it. Thanks for watching. See you again.